10 a.m. baby boys and baby girls. It's Westwood dropping bombs.
Lobsters.
Oh, my lobster people out there!
Lobsters.
Yeah, baby boy! I don't know how he keeps it up. It's 2 minutes past 10. It's the 16th of October. Oh, that's a Tuesday, in case you were wondering. And it's 2018, the year of our Lord, the Chinese year of the pinger, I think. I'm not sure. The Scottish year of the buckfast, the English year of the medium-strength lager. And oh boy, I've got some corkers for you today. It is hard to believe. Every day I am shocked and quite frankly appalled.
It's appalling.
At the state of humanity. And yet we're living in the finest times there has ever been to be alive. We have our ancestors to thank for it. We have strong Class A narcotics to thank for it. We have this lot in the chat right here. You got them to thank for it. They ain't getting thanks from nowhere else, but I'm happy to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Coffee and Memes.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes, that's all I want.
You're getting on, you're pushing 30, Slugger. You know, it's time to think about getting some ambition.
Oh, I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Threshold.fm Coffee and Memes, episode number 17. Can you, Adam and frickin' Eve it? There's some sex robot news. It's Adam and Eve, not Florence and the Machine. Remember that. Not my joke, I must say. There's sex robot news. There's killer robot news. There's people rampaging whilst high on street drugs. What else have we got? Oh, drug interception, one of the biggest cocaine hauls ever. More smoking gun news. That is a website that I think is going to be a good friend of mine for some time. Oh, God. Tide Pods. Huffing spray paint. Someone called Kazdorf the Destroyer. Doesn't bear thinking about. Ghosts planting drugs. Ghosts are fucking stitch-up little schneids. I feel like I need to get that off my chest. I'm fed up with them, with their ghoulish antics, quite honestly. And then them just sort of just drifting away after, you know, scaring people, planting drugs, interfering with people sexually. It's not on. It's actually not on. There was that woman on This Morning who was romping with ghosts in her bedroom. She wasn't really. Ghosts aren't real. But she thought, I mean, yeah, I think she needs some help. But that is an entirely different story. Yeah, there's all manner of bollocks. All frickin' manner of bollocks. But look, first, top of every show, it's important to shout out all the Patreon VIPs. Some of the baddest motherfuckers on the face of this earth. If you're enjoying these shows, please, you are very welcome to support the show and the station as a whole on Threshold.fm. You can support us on Patreon by donating just a couple of quid a month and that to keep some wayward DJs out of trouble. The VIP list is, as ever, and ever increasing. Nicholas Goncalves, Tom Ryan, Reece Mosson, Oliver Hooper, Squidgy Beats Parsons, Tony Hark, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R even. Michael Kedzierski, Matthew Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Potter, Colm Murphy, Sam Howard, Tony J, Richard Patterson, Jack Murphy, and Tom Cam. A bad bunch of motherfuckers. I love each and every one of you passionately. Each and every one. Right, look, let's get straight into the... Oh, bloody Nora. So, sex robot news. Let's just crack it off. I'm thinking I need to start making a jingle for this, really. Maybe it probably goes something along the lines of sex robot news, having sex with an inanimate object because you can't get a woman to fuck you. Maybe I'll see if those incel boys will sponsor it or something. Hey, they've got to get their end away somehow or another, haven't they? Bless them, poor little sods. Anyway, the Metro reports Kate Buck in the Metro. Businesswoman offering UK sex doll rental service. So, lads, if you are struggling for whatever reason, don't worry, help will soon be at hand. A businesswoman is offering one of the UK's first sex doll rental services. But don't worry, certain parts are replaced after every customer. Now, that's a smart move, isn't it? If you had some sort of... Jesus, it's only 7 minutes past 10. We're already getting into the hard stuff. Yeah, I guess if you had sort of replaceable vagines, that was just, you just sort of took it out. God, it's all a little bit, what was that? It's all a little bit Jeffrey Dahmer, isn't it? Like, just to replace the vagina on a sex doll. They're thick, though, I will say. There's obviously a theme with these sex dolls that no one is interested in a skinny sex doll by the looks of things. They are busty, curvaceous, and thick, quite honestly. Jade Stanley, 35, from Bromsgrove, Worcestershire. Shit's popping off. She owns a chain of sunbed shops, but was inspired after reading about the sex doll industry in a newspaper article. That's where most people are getting their sex doll news. Certainly I am. The married mother of 4, who says business is booming, now offers the first rental service for those looking for comfort. Her clients are set to include the rich and the famous. No, her clients are set to include those who have lost a loved one. Those looking to experiment with multiple people. I don't know whether or not you'd have more or less luck convincing your missus to have a threes-up with you and a sex doll, or with you and another real-life woman. I guess you're not likely to bump into the sex doll at parties and stuff, or in the street, or like when you're just in bloody Lundis buying eggs. Or they're also, her clients are likely to be people who may struggle with social situations. This is possible. Jump up DJs, maybe. Jade said, I've seen a lot of press about the dolls and started doing my own research. I was really interested, but found that the competition were mainly offering the dolls in a more sexualized way. And it was quite seedy, or for your own satisfaction. Yeah? What? I think that's the point, isn't it? I wanted to approach it from a different angle. Okay, more to help people that are seeking comfort or to find it difficult in social situations to approach others due to mental health conditions or learning difficulties. Right, okay, I see what you're doing here. Now, call me a cynic, but she is trying to justify the fact that she has found a good way to make a pound note. Renting out sex dolls. Yep, that is a good way to make a pound note, clearly, especially if, you know, you're one of the first to the market. But, obviously, she's got a husband, few kids, friends. She seems like a very, very normal, you know, seems like a canny lass. So you've got to spin it somehow, haven't you? So that everyone's like, sorry, you've started a sex doll business. Are you all right? No, hear me out on this one. It's for people that struggle with social situations. It's for people that have maybe lost a loved one. People just looking for companionship. People with mental health issues. Yeah, you've started a sex doll business. You're not fooling me. You're after a pound note. Jade said, I've seen it, with... It's an incredibly discreet service. Of course it is. And the ordering process, it's not like you haven't got a high street shop, have you? And the ordering process is done online with delivery straight to your door by trusted couriers. People who would like to rent a doll can select from 7 female dolls and 1 male. Female privilege. At a cost of £345 for 1 week. Fuck it, I'll get a few more of them Patreon dollars. I might rent one to have it on the show. I could have it as a co-host. If it's one of those like AI ones that talks back to you, we could be in for a real treat. Or I could just chop its head off and mash an Alexa in there. That'd be fine, wouldn't it? 345 quid for a week's not bad. They don't seem to have any heads in this picture. That's confusing. Maybe you get a choice. The dolls with names such as Sienna and Cindy. Why don't they why don't they have just normal names? Kate, Jenny. There's always Cindy, Tracy, Trixie. Are placed in a large box and delivered to customers' front door in what Jade describes as discreet right glove. Delivered to the front door in what Jade describes as a discreet white glove 2-man service. You can dress it up however you want, Jade. It's still just renting out sex dolls. Once the dolls are returned to the company, they are thoroughly clean, while the artificial vagina is removed and replaced with a brand new one. The dolls can be used again. Bespoke dolls can be used. Can cost up to £4,000. Be made to any specification with colours. Customers able to choose hair colour, eye colour, nail colour, weight, and even if they have scars, moles, or tattoos. That's weird. I mean, this is all weird, but that's particularly weird. Yeah, I'd like mine quite, scarred up. Jade said, we have a lot of people approach us who have dolls that have made to resemble partners that they've lost. Is that healthy? Hey, I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a guy in a room talking to people on the internet, laughing at sex dolls. It can be very beneficial for them and helps them to keep a piece of their loved one. It provides them with comfort, and people don't always buy the dolls for a sordid reason. Some do. It's very hard to pinpoint who our main customers are because it's so varied, and probably people don't like to give that many details out about themselves. Anyway, yeah, if you want one, is there a web address? I don't know. But it's probably like Jade's Sex Doll Emporium or something like that, isn't it? Something like that. Right, look, what tunes have we got? Fucking, there are half a list of bangers on here. Let's play this Culture Shock track. It's good. It's new. It's called It's new to me. It's called Get Physical. Squidgy Beast Parsons, I can confirm that is the real Ed Solo in the chat. Well, as real as anything in this crazy mixed up world. called Get Physical. It's by Culture Shock, and it's a jam. Y-Cross, I presume that's how how it's pronounced, or U-Cross in the chat. Some people rent the sex dolls for sordid reasons. For the sordid reason of co-hosting an internet radio show. I can see the Metro article now. Sick drum and bass DJ hosts vile internet radio show with sex doll. People to be tuning in just for the doll. No interest in me. Let the doll speak for once. Get Physical, Culture Shock. I believe it's on a little label called Ram Records. Right, let's get into the serious stuff. The Metro reports from the Metro reports warning over vape e-liquid which can give you an erection lasting for 2 days.
Lobsters.
A Chinese brand of e-liquid could be an awkward choice to vape on your cigarette break, as it could give you an erection lasting for 2 whole days. Hoo-wee! That's going to be tough to manage if you suddenly get called into a meeting. A Chinese vape company, Hello Sig Electronic Technology Co., made vape liquid which included the erection drugs Cialis and Viagra. It could now face, wait for it, stiff penalties in America. Rob, you're out of control. The company, which markets 150 different types of e-liquid, is in hot water with American authorities and could face civil money penalties, criminal prosecution, seizure, and/or injunction. The Food and Administration sent a warning letter to the Chinese company asking the company to change their products, which are made in China but sold in America. The letter said, there are no e-liquid products approved to contain prescription drugs or any other medications that require a doctor's supervision. Prescription drugs are carefully evaluated and labelled to reflect on the risks of the medication and their potential interactions with other medicines, and vaping active drug ingredients is an ineffective route of delivery and can be dangerous. I mean, if it's giving you a bonk-on for, like, 2 days, it's obviously worse. It's obviously an effective route of delivery, isn't it? You know, if you're just honking down on some whopping great rig, and then, you know, he gives you your own whopping great rig. Sounds like a decent deal if you know what you're into, but, you know, if you get spiked, or spiking your mate's rig, imagine that, with some dick-flavoured vape oil, or, yeah, some of this Viagra vape oil. That'd be a bit of fun. Anyway, a company spokesperson for Hello Sig told USA Today, "You limp dick yanks should stop crying over this and take a big old honk on the nearest rig. Maybe then you will be able to satisfy a woman for once in your miserable lives. That fat orange man you have in charge could use a good honk as well, or that cute piece of tail he has might just leave him for me, or one of my stiff-length vape boys. This is a warning." Wow, that's pretty ominous. That is an official statement from Hello Sig Electronic Technology Co. Wow, that's fairly terrifying and ominous words there. I hope Big Donny T heeds that and Well, I guess just, works on his the structural integrity of his boner so that his wife doesn't leave him for some sort of Chinese vape merchant. Terrifying stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Terrifying stuff. Right, what do we have here? Female cop wrestles naked sailor who rampaged through theme park while high. Yeah, that's going to be a rough hangover, isn't it? God. Bizarre video footage shows the moment a high sailor was wrestled and he's not totally... Oh, he is totally naked, okay. Shows the moments a high sailor was wrestled and tasered by a female cop after trying to get into parked cars at a theme park. Adrian Gilbert Cardenas, 21, was apprehended by a fearless law enforcement official after streaking through the parking lot of Busch Gardens in Williamsburg, Vermont, Friday night. She can be heard to taser Cardenas, with a young-sounding bystander exclaiming, "You got tased!" as the electric weapon buzzes in the background. I'm surprised there isn't someone in the background shouting, "World Star! World Star!" But the nude sailor seems to regain his strength moments later and screams as two male bystanders step in to help the cop restrain him on the ground. Cardenas, a sailor on the USS George H.W. Bush, who was stationed at Naval Station Norfolk, was finally arrested and charged with indecent exposure, intentional damage, obstruction of justice, and resisting an officer. That is probably life in prison, I would imagine. That's how they do business in America. Damn right. Sorry, you're all pepped up on goofballs running amok, naked and indecent in a theme park. 25 to life, baby boy. 25 to life.
Lobsters.
The clip of his alleged antics was shared on Facebook by Brandon Reagans, the bastard, where it's been viewed over 82,000 times. Officials told the Metro he was drunk and under the influence of illegal street drugs at the time. Reports from bystanders claim his drug cocktail included 1 pinger, 2 dabs of Mandy, 3 dingers, half a Gurner, 2 keys of Ket, half a doobie, 3 Jaeger bombs, 3 Marlboro Reds, another key of Ket, and 2 bums of Mandy. So yeah, he's pretty razzed up at that point. I think anyone would be hard pushed not to strip naked and rampage around a theme park under that fine cocktail of ding-dings. God, oh bloody mighty. What's going on in the chat? It's madness. We're all going to induce it's just general vape and boner chat. Such is the way with millennials these days. Right, look, what else we got? Rocks by L+. This is quite a stomper, if ever I've heard one. This is new. I think it's on Technique. I'm not 100% sure.
I think we have a good
yes,
chance
Technique.
of surviving long enough to colonize the solar system. However, there is nowhere else.
It's a L+ track called Everyone or Everything. It's fucking been smashing for about 4 years. It's a beauty!
For habitation.
Remember, if you want to listen to these as a podcast, there is details on the website of how to do that. Go to threshold.fm/archive, or the RSS link is in the description of the YouTube video. You just add that RSS link manually in whatever podcast app you got, and you're away. Now, a little FYI, on Friday this week, I will be joined on the show by special guest MC Jakes. That'll be a lot of fun. Oh, that is this Friday. That's L Plus. The track is called Rocks. It's on Technique and it is out right about freaking now. Right, now, a lot of you might know that I'm friends in a way with famous whistleblower Edward Snowden. He's a pal and he's going to be on the phone. So let me see if I can get him now. Big Eddie, are you there? Are you there?
All right, Rankin, you little soy boy cock. It's Big Eddie.
Hello.
Shut the fuck up, Rankin. No one's interested in what you've got to say.
Right.
Big Eddie's here, and he's got a little bit of fucking gossip for you.
Good.
Anyway, as you know, I am one of the world's foremost hide-and-seek champions, and I have been hanging out recently in Russia with some of my comrades.
I know.
I thought I would fill you in on a little bit of gossip from behind the Iron Curtain. Not that you fucking deserve it, but frankly I need to get it off my chest.
All right, thank you.
Angela Merkel was over here recently, and contrary to popular belief, her and Big Vlad are actually the best of friends.
Right.
Better than friends, you might say, actually. Fuck buddies, I would say.
Okay.
And anyway, I was watching them from a very particular hiding place that I shall not disclose the location of because I do not trust your listeners one fucking bit. In fact, I probably trust them even less than I trust you, which is not very much.
Right, all right, fine.
I saw a private liaison between the two of them in front of a grand open fireplace.
Did you know?
They had had a bit to drink, and Merkel was, well, she was dancing in quite an erotic fashion. She was slowly stripping off, and I must say, Rankin, the curves on the woman were quite astonishing.
Oh, okay.
In fact, it was absolutely mesmerising. Are you listening to me, Rankin?
I'm listening to you.
Right, fucking shut up.
All right.
Anyway, it was absolutely mesmerising. You wouldn't believe... Have you even ever seen a naked woman,
Yes,
Rankin?
I have,
Probably
yes.
not,
Well,
apart
I
from maybe
have.
your mother when you came out of her in the first
Don't
place.
mention my mother.
Christ, Rankin, you little soy boy. Anyway, they lay down on the floor in front of the fireplace, and would you believe it? She strapped one on and gave him the roughest fucking pegging I have ever seen. He shrieked like a wounded hound, Rankin. Would you believe that?
I don't know,
wounded
maybe.
hound.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it? Oh, shut up, Rankin.
All right, sorry.
Anyway, you what? Fucking, I gotta go, Rankin. Glenn Greenwald shit himself.
Right. Okay, yeah, thanks. That was Edward Snowden, gossip correspondent for Threshold.fm, hide-and-seek champion, and notorious whistleblower, self-proclaimed hard man as well. He's a complicated character, but we love him. We persevere. Maybe he'll be back next week or later in the week with some more gossip. Right, look, let's get through a few more of these fucking tunes. This is DLR. It's called When I'm Tripping. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. No one can stop the wrath of Big Eddie.
Lobsters.
I think I might get into some of these bloody bonkers stories from the smoking gun in a minute. It's mainly about people in Florida on drugs. If anyone has any requests for Big Eddie Snowden about where they might like him to hide and potential gossip he could get, he is a narc though. This is a jam. This is DLR. It's called When I'm Tripping.
When I'm tripping.
That's on Dispatch. It's called When I'm Tripping. It's by DLR. I believe that stands for Docklands Light Railway. AKA the roller coaster of forgotten dreams. The ghost train of misspent youth. All the way to Woolwich, baby. Right, that is, When I'm Tripping by DLR. Look, let's get into some of this fucking shit is going down in America, predominantly Florida, but, you know, America as a whole. Okie dokie. Iowa man trashes hospital while being treated for consuming a Tide Pod. Fuck's sake, millennials, sort it out.
It's appalling.
An Iowa man has been treated in hospital after consuming a Tide Pod. He is accused of trashing more than 7.5 grand's worth of medical equipment during a rampage earlier this month. Kind of, I guess. Maybe a bit more. No. That's the right one. As detailed in a court affidavit, Brandon McVeigh, he looks like a naughty boy. He's got a beard and a sort of hairdo. Looks a bit grumpy, as you would really in such a situation. Brandon McVeigh, 26, became out of control when being treated at around 1 a.m. in the critical care unit of the Mercy Hospital in Council Bluffs. When police arrived at the facility on October the 4th, McVeigh, seen above, was pinned to the ground by security. A nurse subsequently told the police that hospital staff were treating Brandon in Critical Care 102 for eating a Tide Pod. He's a 26-year-old man. What? Jesus Christ. At one point, McVeigh got out of his bed and started throwing and breaking things in the room, yelling loudly that he wanted to eat some ass. He then went into the hallway and began to throw and break other items. Investigators estimated that McVeigh damaged or destroyed 4 desktop computer systems, leaving broken glass everywhere inside the critical care unit. The hospital cops added he faces a bill of $7,500 to replace the items damaged and to clean up the unit. McVeigh was charged with felony criminal mischief and booked into the local jail, from which he was later released on a $5,000 bail. Yes, probably 20. I'd say 25 to life. Lock him up. Throw away the key. Shut him down. I think we need some sort of we need some like lock him up stabs or something.
Surprise, motherfucker.
No, that's probably not right.
Finish him.
Yeah, that could be. That could work. Yeah.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
That is definitely the sting for eating Tide Pods. Why are people eating Tide Pods? Oh, what's wrong with reality? Could you, but like millennials as a generation, can you possibly be expected to be taken seriously when this stuff happens? Like, this is like, right, I know we can't tar them all with the same brush. You know, just because some of them are eating Tide Pods, it doesn't mean all of them are eating Tide Pods. You know, that's a logical fallacy to assume that they're all doing it. You know, that's toxic identity politics, I know. But, this is I mean, just get it together. Like, just... Right, I'm getting wound up now. What else have we got? Oh dear, bloody Nora. Okay, let's go on this... Kazdorf the Destroyer, back in jail, accused of huffing and striking mother with spatula. Oh, God. I'm going to have to put up a picture of this maniac. He's quite the specimen. Huffing is a crime, apparently, and that is huffing spray paint. Inhaling spray paint is I mean, I don't understand why to make things that stupid a crime. Like, you're sort of being punished enough, I imagine, just by doing it to yourself. Do you really need the state to step in and, you know, lay the smack down even further? Where is he? Come here. Come on. Yeah, there he is. Jesus, swept. Yeah, this is Kazdorf the Destroyer. Okay, Kazdorf the Destroyer is again behind bars. West Virginia cops last night busted Glenn Allen Kazdorf, 30, after he allegedly assaulted his mother with a spatula during a confrontation in their suburban home. In addition to a malicious wounding count, Kazdorf was also charged with huffing spray paint, an addiction that results in his prior appearance in these pages. Oh, he's a popular guest at the Smoking Gun. The 6'4" Kazdorf, mouth ringed with silver paint, is pictured in the above mugshot. He's locked up in lieu of £10,000 bail. He looks like a real wrong'un. I don't want him to come around my house for Thanksgiving. I don't want him to cut my lawn or... his previous... As the Smoking Gun reported in 2015, the origin of the defendant's Kazdorf the Destroyer nickname is unclear. He was previously known as Squirrel, a handle Kazdorf reportedly did not embrace. So what's your name? Kazdorf the Destroyer. No, I don't like it. I'm going to call you Squirrel. You can fuck off calling me Squirrel. My name's Kazdorf the Destroyer. You piece of shit. You will refer to me by my proper title or not at all. All right then, Squirrel. Rah! Huff some spray paint. What an absolute animal. I like him. I just don't want to be anywhere near him. I think, look, okay, he's attacked his mum with a spatula. That's not good. It's not the worst crime ever. You know, he's not like he's kidnapping busloads of school children. I say let him go free. Just keep an eye on him, track him. I think he's obviously going to do some more entertaining stuff, and I think we as a species, really, the human species, deserve to get humorous updates on Kasdorf the Destroyer, aka Squirrel. God bless him. What a hero, in a way. Do we want Prolix or Spectrosol? All fine men, some taller than others. That's not really up for debate. No, let's play the Upbeats. I actually think this is noisier. It's on the Upbeats album called No Sleep Till Japan and Iceland. This is called Shibuya Pet Store. Bit of fun. Yeah, it's the Upbeats and or noisier. Alright, that's enough now, Squirrel. Got a little bit more backstory here on Kasdorf the Destroyer. When he first originally appeared in The Smoking Gun back in 2015. He looks younger, not quite as mad, but he looks like he's on his way. slightly more youthful Destroyer is up on the screen now. Yeah. It looks like he's taken a bad path, basically. This looks like it's all gone wrong. Meet the West Virginia man with the world's greatest criminal alias. The West Virginia man with the greatest alias ever is facing criminal charges for allegedly battering a cop after getting busted for huffing paint. He needs to get himself a big vape rig and huff that instead. That's probably how they get people off of paint huffing. Glenn Allen Kastorf, 26. No. Oh, yeah. No, it's all right. Sorry, I'm just getting confused. Was collared Sunday after being spotted in a grassy field huffing spray paint. It seems odd that it's illegal to huff spray paint. Like, if you're just spraying something inside and you don't have any ventilation, like, where's the line? Where, like, have you got your face a little bit too close to it? Or does the nozzle have to be directly on your face? I don't know. I think it's a grey area. Mr. Kastorf was located with large amounts of gold spray paint around his nose and mouth, and his breath smelled like fresh spray paint. Bang to rights! Sorry, Destroyer. We got you hook, line, and sinker. Throw away the key. Send him down, boys.
Lobsters.
Post-arrest, Kastorf allegedly kicked a Kanawha County Sheriff's Police deputy and threatened the cop's life. Woo, he a bad motherfucker. Seen in the above mugshot, Kastorf was charged with 3 misdemeanors. Now on the alias. He's 6'5", Kastorf, aka the Kastorf the Destroyer, while the origin of the nickname remains unclear. A TSG tipster contends that Kastorf was previously known as the Squirrel, a far less menacing and medieval handle, and one that Kastorf reportedly disliked. Previously, the best criminal alias was that of Steven Sergio, a reputed New York mob associate known as Sigmund the Sea Monster. Now, I googled Sigmund the Sea Monster, and it appears to be a character from a TV show. I don't know if the two are mutually exclusive. Maybe he decided to go straight and become a kids' TV sea monster. He's a friendly-looking fella, although I'm not sure I'd want to be on the wrong side of him, particularly if he'd had a few drinks. He looks, well, frankly, he looks like a dangerous sex offender, really. I wouldn't want to meet him in the dark alley. He's got one sort of single tooth. He has many tentacles. He's green, which is obviously the hallmark of a sex offender. And he has huge googly eyes. Yeah, he's not to be trusted. He shouldn't be allowed to hang around with children. It's just my 2 cents anyway. What do I know? I'm just just an idiot talking about vapes and boners and sex robots. Anyway, right, look, there's what else have we got here? Tonight by Cove. This is a good track. Pleased with this. This is out now. What label are we on? Drum and Bass Arena, apparently. Monkey's E in the chat is right. He needs to straighten up and fly right. He needs to sort his act out and tidy his room. To pull himself together.
It's appalling. Well, the thing is, like most things, it's complicated.
Das ist Cove. Das ist Cove, ja. Das ist Cove. Ist ein schönes Mann. Total geil. Hammergeil. Okay, wie heißt du? Ich bin High Rankin. Willkommen nach Threshold.fm. Right, so fucking killer robot news. Oh, God almighty. Reports warn that Earth could be at risk of killer robots and space wars. Luckily, old Big Donny T is starting Space Force to combat this sort of madness. The last thing we need is a fucking war in space with killer robots. Oh, I haven't got the time or energy for that. I tell you, they struggle getting out of bed in the mornings as it is. Yeah, honestly, what pain in the arse that'd be. Constant technology developments could mean that Earth is at risk of killer robots and space wars, a new report has said. A chilling warning from the Ministry of Defence added that increasing threats from terrorism, boo, and climate change, boo, are creating a world that is becoming increasingly volatile. The Future Starts Today report examines the potential developments, which could include wars fought by robots, boo, or even a possibility of human enhancement, which include gene editing, physical and cognitive prosthesis, right? Pharmaceutical enhancement. This could possibly be vape rigs implanted into your arm for ease of use, or pingers that have no come down. Hey, now we're in business.
Lobsters.
The mutant humans could become a reality in the next 30 years and be capable of great feats of strength. Listen, if those Boston Dynamics motherfuckers don't slow down, we're all in big trouble, because you've seen that fucking parkour robot jumping around, playing the acoustic guitar, vaping, wearing irritating shoes and thumb rings. The last thing he needs is a bloody, like, some sort of weapons system on his show. Oh, no. There's, oh God. The Bleak assessment also says the use of weapons of mass destruction is also more likely because of the increased access to the technology. It said the number of nuclear-armed states could rise, and increasing investment in tactical nuclear weapons and electromagnetic pulse weapons would increase the risk of nuclear war. Oh, no, I don't want nuclear war. It sounds like a terrible inconvenience. The document added, whilst it is envisioned that humans will continue to be central to the decision-making process, conflicts fought increasingly by robots or autonomous systems could change the very nature of warfare, as there will be less emphasis on emotions, passion, and choice. It adds that there could... just write a normal sentence. It adds that there could be new areas of conflict, such as space and cyberspace, and warns of an increased risk of the use of chemical and nuclear weapons. Well, yes, this does sound like an awful inconvenience. I really wish they'd stop making... Look, don't you just wish they'd just stop making these weapons of mass destruction? Wouldn't it, like, just... Come on, guys, just pack it in, all right? Just bloody well pack it in, you silly sods. You know, just bloody well stop, you prats, bunch of prats. And these killer robots, can't we just not make them? Isn't that a possibility? Hey, listen, maybe we all just need to get along. Maybe we all just sit down, just have a chat, you know, take a pinger or something. You know, have a little honk on one of those Viagra vapes. Maybe we'll realise that, after all, we ain't so different. You know, whether you're, you know, black, white, Christian, Muslim, anything. Everyone likes getting their genitals licked, don't they? I think we can all agree on that. And so, you know, maybe we just start spreading that around a little bit more. Maybe, you know, we all just get together, couple of drinks, you know, start getting down to it. You know, maybe not so we're too hungover in the morning, because I feel like that could possibly, you know, once you're hungover and then you're a bit appalled by it all. But, you know, just a couple of looseners. You know, we'll all just get it on. Just love, man. It's all love. That's what Elon said on the podcast. We just need a little bit more love. That's the answer. Come on, that's the answer. And a few more tunes. Hey, right, look, we might as well go out on something fucking rowdy. Play Me, the Mampy Swift and DJ Fresh classic, remixed by Mob Tactics. Oof, it is fucking serious. I'm giving it 4
Lobsters
out of 5, and that's a decent score. Yeah, this is a narky bit of gear. That's a belter. Keen on that. Right, I will leave you with, of course, the VIP list at the end of every show. If you want to support the show and support the station, you can support us on Patreon. There's links on the website. There's links in the description of the YouTube video. And if you contribute $10 a month or more, you get your name on the VIP list and get a shout out at the beginning and end of every motherfucking show. That list is Nicholas Goncalves, Tom Ryan, Reece Hooper, Reece Mosson, Oliver Hooper, Squidgy beats Parsons, Tony Hark, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R, Michael Kedzierski, Matthew Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Potter, Colm Murphy, Sam Howard, Tony Jade, Richard Patterson, Jack Murphy and Tom Cam. You need your name on that list.
Lobsters.
Right, thank you all for tuning in. You're a fine bunch of bad motherfuckers. Well, I genuinely mean that. Right, you've been listening to the Coffee and Memes breakfast show on Threshold.fm. I will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for more of this utter madness. More decent tunes, more ridiculous news stories, more talking the tut, more swearing. More taking the Lord's name in vain. More
Lobsters.
You're goddamn right. Ranking to release remixes of hundreds of tracks of just lobsters every now and again. It's possible. It's very, very possible.
It's appalling.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you all tomorrow. You are wonderful humans. Oh, that doesn't work to stop it.